Hi, in this video, I'm gonna explain you 7 things you could be doing today so your ex can come back to you right away, so your ex can think of you 24/7. And you might be in that situation where you're making a lot of effort, where you're trying everything you can, when you send messages, when you try to fix that relationship, but you have no response. So you feel as you go, your chances of actually getting back with your ex are reducing sharply. And a lot of people ask me, if only I could just get my ex to naturally come back to me. And this is what we're going to cover today. Things that you can implement today and that will naturally drive your ex to come back to you. And we're going to use a psychological concept or neuroscience concept because our brain, or the way we think, is also connected to our emotions. And there's something we call the fear of missing. And basically, we all have that because it's hardwired in our brain. Back in the days where we just had fires and and hunting mammoth, I don't know, our job was to survive and therefore to gather food and basically we instinctively want to gather things and really make sure that we maximize everything we have in order to survive. And this is what we're going to do. It's basically a reflex that we have. It's a very deep emotional reflex that we have, trying to make sure we maximize everything we have. It's sort of the historical way of saying FOMO, but for food and shelter, all these kind of things. And that's what we're going to use with your ex. First of all, people overestimate what they don't have. And so by creating that scarcity, you are forcing your ex to realize that because they don't have you, they're going to put a higher price on this. That's the first thing we're going to leverage. The second thing is, and it's called the loss aversion. There's been a lot of studies about that. We value, or we would be more forced to act if we are threatened to lose something than winning something. So just to give you an example, if you have a fine, a parking ticket, now what they do is instead of saying you're gonna get, if you don't pay within 14 days, we're gonna double the price, what they tell you, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it's quite recent, they tell you that actually the price of the ticket is 120 pounds or 150 pounds. But if you pay within 14 days, you have a reduced price of 50%. And therefore, it's not about them sort of punishing you. You have a discount. And it's exactly the same way. The first would be, it's 75 pounds, and then after 15 days, we're going to double, you're going to be penalized, and you're going to pay 150 pounds. Now they say it's 150 pounds, but if you pay now, it's going to be 50% less. It's exactly the same, but why they implemented this slight change is that people are way more inclined to pay, and they will have also a better experience. So that's called loss aversion. And when someone is losing something, when you have that emotion of losing something, this is really something that will affect your brain and emotions. And also, again, remember, our job here is not to be the one making a lot of effort, is to be smart. Okay, so what we want to do now is that your ex makes all the effort. Before I start, just to remind you, if you really want to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex, I've put together a quiz. You just have to click on the link. It takes 2 minutes to complete and you have the score. The link is in the description of the video and also in the comments, so have a look, the first comment of the video. Bear with me because all these tips are important. Watch the video till the end because this is, all the steps are very important. You'll see why, and I'll detail everything. So bear with me till the end because the last one is actually one of the most important ones. So the first one is radio silence. So I talk about that a lot. And radio silence is actually leveraging those things, the loss aversion, the fact that we overestimate what we don't have. So if you don't know exactly what it is, have a look at some of my other videos. I might post a link at the end so you can look at it in more detail. Why is it? So the reason it's so important is because by having no contact with your ex, you're creating that scarcity. We are creating an asset, something that they don't have anymore. Because as you have no contact with them, they feel they might be losing you. Therefore, we are tapping into that mechanism, that psychological mechanism. And radio silence is really no contact. It's really, really minimal contact. I'm going to touch on that later on. But this is really, really the cornerstone of what we are doing. So if you haven't done your radio silence, please, please, please do it. It's not by making a lot of effort. It's not by talking more. It's not by sending the most beautiful messages, the poems or whatever. This is not how it works. What works is really create that space where you have the ability, and actually that's the beauty of radio silence is you don't make any effort. Maybe internal effort not to do something, but it's actually time for you to do tons of things. We're going to touch on that at the end of the video. So first tip is really to reduce the social network, social interaction. Only publish things of value, things that are fun and light. Don't send I've seen that like three paragraph type of post on Facebook about how you feel, and no. Talk about what you're doing, but don't overdo it. Because a lot of people, they after a breakup, they post 20 times more than they used to post. No. Keep your same habit, the same behavior in terms of social media, but be light and funny, something attractive. Don't overdo it, and I'll come into that later. But social networks, in any case, can really affect your state of mind if you're in that situation, because you're going to see people. Obviously, what you see on social media is not the reality as you know it, and you might have a wrong perception of realities, whether it's looking at your ex's post or their friends or your friends. So my advice is actually to reduce, not necessarily to stop. If you can stop, yes, but reduce social media as much as you can, and also reduce the number of posts that you post. So when you send a text, that's really important. And again, in radio silence, you don't send long text. You just reply. If your ex contacts you, just say yes. You just say okay, but keep it really, really minimal. In radio silence, it's very much about the low intensity in your exchanges with your ex. So when you send a text, remind this rule, whether you will be proud of the text you send if you look at it in 10 years time. If you're not sure, if you're about to send something and you're not sure, picture yourself, really close your eyes, take a moment, close your eyes, picture yourself in 10 years, looking at what you're about to send. Would you be proud of yourself or not? If you're not sure, don't send it. If you're sure, you can send it, but otherwise, if you're not sure, don't send it. That's the rule of thumb. Okay? And just send the text at the end of the radio silence. Again, I've done a lot of videos about what to send, some very, again, low intensity text. And again, you start gradually to increase the intensity. Signal, then funny, full of energy. It's not about complaining. It's not about sharing what you feel, how you feel. Actually, that doesn't work. Even if you're really down and you want to share that with the love of your life, that makes sense, but that's actually not working if you do that. So stay positive, be positive, funny, and light. It's very important. And again, not too many messages. That's probably, and I don't know why the guys are doing that more than the women, but it's something I've seen a lot recently. People sending tons of text to the ex. That doesn't work. You should always remember, if they send one sentence, you reply one sentence. If they send one paragraph, you send one paragraph. But you should never send more. You can send more, but not 3 times more. If you send 10 messages and she or he responds one message, that's something wrong, okay? And again, gradually, after the radio silence, low intensity, you increase the intensity and gradually increase that. So, post photos. So, which type of photos? So, selfies, avoid selfies. It's very, I don't like selfies anyway. What you have to show on social media, you have to show a life of someone who's happy, who's full of energy, who's taking care of himself. And also things, we're going to all again tap in that fear of missing part. By posting pictures of places where you know your ex would love to be. I don't know, maybe you're going to the beach, you're going out with friends, maybe you're going to an exhibition, and I know nowadays it's hard to go out, but all these kind of things where they would immediately picture themselves like, oh yeah, that's really cool what they're doing. I wish I could be there. So yeah, again, something they want to join. A place that they've never been to and they would dream to go to. Don't overdo it. You don't need tons of details. You don't have to mention with who you are, for example. You don't have to mention what you're doing. You just a picture, a very simple picture of you, I don't know, of the beach, for example, or whatever. You have to show that you have fun. Again, if your people are attracted by fun people, by positive people, so show that you're having a great time. That you are having a great time. And actually, maybe you don't feel like it, but force yourself to go and experience things, to go and meet people and to do things, because it's going to make you happier. It's going to really help you getting back with your ex. It's very important to take care of yourself. I'm going to touch that on this after that. So again, also you can use maybe places you've been to so they can recall of the past and they say, like, oh yeah, I remember this street, I remember this cafe, this is where we had our first date. All these kind of things. You don't have to mention in the picture that you're actually there. It's reminding you of them. You just send a picture, maybe you're with someone else, just randomly, right? And they will picture themselves actually, yeah, now I'm sort of missing this, or we're tapping there in the happy memories, the happy couple memories, something very powerful where you really want to get your ex to project themselves with you in that happy moment. And whenever you post a picture, my tip is really to think of them saying like, why I'm not invited. So you have to get that thing when you post something and you picture themselves saying, oh shit, why I'm not invited. So always think about that, but don't overdo it. Don't post 20 videos per day. Just post what you're doing and have an exciting life and show it. The number 5 is really, it's a rule that we are attracted with to people who have equal or higher status. And I say perceive because it's just the way we perceive things. So I know we're all equal. So my advice is really to become the best version of yourself. Don't fall in the trap of being down, of being negative, because your ex won't be attracted to you if you're down and positive. Be actually very, buy personal development book, do some sport, do some activity, be active, be positive, watch your food. It's very important what you eat. It's also your sleep. If you don't sleep well, you're gonna look bad, your skin. So take care really of yourself. Also work out on your game, on your seduction game. Register to a dating app, Tinder, whatever, because when they'll see you, you'll be able to show them, actually, I'm quite successful, and it's going to also increase your confidence. You're going to test things out. You're going to be exposed with people and learn lots of things about yourself. I'm not talking about actually sleeping with other people to be able to make the other jealous. It's not about that. It's just to regain confidence, to also test all your seduction. Maybe you want to try a new outfit, maybe you want to look good. That will really help you out, preparing for a date and having that conversation with someone new. Because you want to be the person exciting to their eyes, and by doing that, it's going to also force yourself to become the best version of yourself. Before I move on, just to remind you, you can subscribe to my channel because I post regularly. So if you don't want to miss anything, please subscribe. I'd be amazed if we can reach 100 subscribers, and it's hard to say, by the end of the month. Also reminding you that there's the quiz to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. And if you have any questions, if you want to share your stories, please do feel free to comment. I have a lot of people commenting recently, so please have a look. Also, yeah, you can contribute. That's definitely what I want to create, is a lot of interaction with you guys, and I'll personally reply to all your comments. Now, the number 6 is to really avoid emotional messages. So what I mean by that, when you're texting your ex, you know, the sad emoji with the, you know, the emoji crying, the quotes like, you know, even if it's from a famous author, even if it's a beautiful text, but about sadness, about being lonely, about like nostalgia, no. Avoid that. Even though you feel like this inside, you should never, ever share that with your ex or with anyone on social media. You have to show confidence. You have to show that you're actually happy. You have to show that you're moving forward. Okay? And when you send SMS, it's the same. Don't talk about your emotion. Don't talk about how you feel. Talk about funny things. Be the person people want to be around with. Okay, it's very important, and I know it's also something I see a lot, where people think like, I want to share how I feel to the love of my life because they're the love of my life, and they'll understand. Of course, they'll understand, but they won't be attracted to you. It's gonna have the opposite effect. They're gonna run away from you. Okay, and in this video, what I'm sharing to you is how they can run to you. Okay, sad, they're gonna run away. If you're happy, they're going to run after you. Okay, it's just one word difference, but it makes the whole difference, right? And now the last tip is really to rebuild your confidence. So how do you rebuild your confidence? It's not about faking it until you make it, but it's a little bit like that. You know, smile more. Have the conscious habit. If you feel down, and it really works, have a look on internet. There's studies around that. Force yourself to smile, I don't know, once per hour. Force yourself to smile for 10, 15 minutes, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. And you'll see, you'll change, your mood will change. But by smiling, your brain will feel like, actually, I'm going to release those molecules in your body. It's actually works. It's crazy. So force yourself to smile. Smile when you're on social media. Smile to people. Smile to your friends. Watch your tone when you're on the phone with your friends or with your ex. Smile when you're on the phone. Watch your tone. Be positive. Be the one active. It's very important, and I know it's hard. I know it would take time. You might be at the, really reaching the bottom, but this is a time for you to, and use that rather silence to do that. To, push yourself up. Be confident. Work out. Take care of your body. Take care of yourself. Learn new things. Be exciting. Be excited as well to rebuild that confidence. If you're not confident, they will not get back to you. So the best way for you to get them to run after you is to really be super confident. And if it takes time, it takes time. It doesn't matter. And there's tons of books on self-development on how you can rebuild confidence. If you actually want to know some other tips or want to share your story, have a look on the quiz and reach out to me or comment the video. I'll be more than happy to share with you how you can rebuild confidence. But it's very, very important. It's, with radio silence, probably the most important part, most important thing you have to do when it comes to get your ex to run after you, when it comes to get your ex to think about you 24/7. Be the best version of yourself. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I've helped people doing it. They didn't think they could do it, but actually they did it. Think also of yourself in 6 months' time, and you're going to look back and say, oh yeah, I was really down and looking at me really badly, and now I've accomplished all of that. Okay, and you'll be proud of yourself because you're going to be a better person. You're going to be more motivated. You're going to be more confident, and you're going to be with your ex. I'll see you next time. Ciao.